Hi, my name is John Mitchell and welcome to bcghosthounds.com. Today we are going to visit 83 Mile House. It's located just 15 minutes south of 100 Mile House on Highway 97. Now Highway 97 closely follows the original 1860's Cariboo Wagon Road. 83 Mile House is at the 83 Mile post on the Cariboo Wagon Road. The Cariboo Wagon Road starts at Lillooet. Ray and Vi Young live at 83 Mile House, and Ray is our host today. We're not long into this tour when I realized Ray's passion and knowledge of this place is, well, it's outstanding, and it's easy to get caught up in the excitement when he brings this past to life. Ray pointed out that the gap in the two barns here was actually where the stagecoaches would be brought in and left overnight, while the barn men disconnected the horses and put them away, and the guests were guided over to the roadhouse for their meals and where they may spend the night. Ray's collection of Cariboo artifacts accumulated over the years includes a blacksmith shop, a tack shop, and all the equipment that such a building would have. The crazy part of it is, Ray knows how to work all these pieces, and he can easily explain it to you as well. The numerous outbuildings all have their own treasures with their own purpose pertaining to the roadhouse's operation. 83 Miles' collection of horse-drawn buggies and contrivances surely must be one of the best in the province, but viewing these items would have nowhere near the same impact if it were not for Ray's enthusiastic narration.
Yes.
So it's amazing, though, in your lifetime, when you were a kid, horsepower was an accepted means of transportation.
That was the only, except for a bicycle.
Bicycle, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I went off exploring by myself on the old 83 Mile site. I remember seeing a picture that Dally took in the mid-1860s of this roadhouse in its boom years, and thought, gee, it'd be kind of nice to take a picture from the same position that he had taken the picture from. So I started wandering down towards the bridge. Funny thing is, the bridge is in exactly the same position. It must have been rebuilt hundreds of times, and the beavers have been busy doing their job, and now it was flooded, so unless I had brought some hip waders, I wasn't going to be able to get to the exact position that Dally took his photograph. But I decided to try and recreate it as best I could from the position I had, and this is what I came up with. Dally had obviously found the subject matter interesting, with the comings and goings of the BX stagecoaches, the freight wagons, the sounds, the smells, and the hustle and bustle. Clearly evident in the photograph is the gap in the two barns. You know,
They're sod roof though. They got the old sod dirt roof. Yes.
Now, was the original roadhouse here? Was it what do they call that? Notched and like
Oh,
that
yes. Well, that is.
was it square?
I put that on because but they got the dovetail.
Ah, yeah, dovetail.
Yes.
so hand squared?
All hands on. Yes.
Wow.
Your old drag saws are in there. Cutting the firewood and wood for the steam engines.
Drag saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I know you're hungry. I'll start up the truck and take you down if you pass out.
Okay, good.
Yes. This is how they cut the
Oh,
firewood.
yeah.
Yes.
So, what was it? Did you have? Oh, you know what you've got? You've got a hit and miss engine.
Yes. Yes.
Pop,
These
pop,
will run.
Pop, pop, pop.
I got 3 or 4 over there which will run. Yes.
But look at that, eh?
Yeah.
So he was wondering what they use the hit and miss for, and I said, well
they're
like
different.
separators, threshers. It was like a utility motor.
Pumping water.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
everything.
About anything, eh?
Little elevators like that one behind you there. That came into the Cariboo in 1919. That came out of this lake. Yes. I have to turn it over, right? You know,
Yeah.
it turns good now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, a little bit of oil.
Yes.
Oh, looking good.
Yes, that was
So
a
is
find.
So any of the old pioneers put on the property? You got to point this out to people, man. This is handmade.
Yes, it is.
Look at that.
And you know what that is? you know what that is?
Well, I assume that it was made for that purpose, but it might be from like a freight wagon or something.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Made from the freight wagon.
Wow, look at the job. Oh, look at this. You got a bunch of Lego traps from size 0 up. Wow. So what's this piece of equipment right there?
This
Some
here?
kind of a separator? Or?
That is whenever you're cleaning your grain
Yeah.
for seeding your oats in the field.
Right.
You put it through here and it takes all the chaff and the weeds out of it, and it just
Just a vibrating.
Yes, it's all hand. Everything's hand
What is
operated. What did you get? Oh,
I just lifted that up.
yeah. You'll see it come up. That is.
That's an oldie.
Yes, that's probably why I left it there. You know.
Yeah. Well, they work fine. I use a lot of the old electronics and stuff,
Yeah.
and lamps and things. Wow, lots of horse equipment here. So no more horses on your property.
No, no. I've got 3 on here. They're not mine, but they're just here for grazing. Eh?
So this is some of the original chinking?
That's the original. I don't think that was done in the early days. Somebody come in here after and done this. You know.
Yeah, sealing her up.
Yes.
Well, you sure got a beautiful place here. With the 83 Mile House, your groups would come in, you'd feed them, and
Slept upstairs.
they'd sleep upstairs. The heat would go up. That's gonna be, and there's lots of cracks in the floor. But the next day they would eat their breakfast, and the teamsters would hook up the teams on the wagon first after you got on board.
Barn men.
Barn men.
The teamster didn't hook up me.
Oh, they were running freight.
They were.
So they were called barn men.
Yeah.
And then there was the whip.
Help.
Is the driver, Steve Tingley, and then they were whips.
Yes.
Terrible whips. But everybody was loaded onto the wagon first. Then the first team stage, yeah, and then the first one came out, backed up. The second was a little bit more crazy, but the front lead team were. Yeah, and then there was dogs barking and chicken flying, and they would tear off out of the front of the house here, and they'd go for the nice thing with here is they'd probably go quite a ways up the hill.
Well,
They
the first 5 minutes, eh? A horse will settle down in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Once they get into the pull, eh?
Right.
See, like your wheel teams was the ones that's doing the pulling. Your lead team was the ones that are prancing.
Right.
And then there's your swing team.
That's the middle team.
Yeah. And then your lead team, they're the ones that then once they get the traces tightened,
Right.
then they would go.
Yeah. So there's 2 reins for each horse on that 16.
Yes.
The driver. So he's got
for each team, yes.
for each team. Oh,
Yeah.
2 for each team.
Yes.
So he's just running the outside.
He's got three sets of lines in his hands. And that's heavy. You take 40.
Heavy leather straps.
Yes, 50,
Single team is 22 feet, isn't it,
Hey?
right? A single team is 22 feet?
22 for the wheelers,
Yeah.
and 40 some, 38 I think for your swing, and then your lead team is away out. So that's 50. So you're looking at down near 200 feet of leather.
And you figure the weight on that is about what?
Oh, that's heavy. I would hate to estimate the setup.
So and it's not like they would be leaning on their knees with these, because
Oh, no.
and you wouldn't want to take the jarring on the road as well too.
See, once they get, once they put out a frame, set it on the house and 10 or 15 minutes, they settle it. And then they go ahead.
If you don't want people to catch things, you just set up some of these traps to trip them, because people don't know what's set and what isn't. Look at that.